like here, 4,000 miles on it, and I've never had the oil change. And I know some people are fanatics about changing oil. Like, no way, man. You got to change oil on that truck a long time ago. So here's my thoughts. Do the deal. If the Ram 2500 truck deal goes down, then I leave this truck for an oil change. So that way I can just, say, hey, go ahead and service the truck, and then I can drive that Ram 2500, back home today. Then tomorrow the kid and I go back to the dealership and we pick this truck up. It's dangerous way, I think. It's already dangerous. Now the kid, it's just, she's like, oh, the F450 two-door truck. And she's thinking maybe I think I'm trading it. I wouldn't trade it for that. Do I just totally go a whole different direction? And I trade the F450 for an F250 Godzilla gas motor setup? Yeah, right, yeah. Wow, in all sincereness, but here's the challenge. They want so much damn money for these F250 Tremors right now. There's just no... It'd be challenging because there's not any discounting. So do I go that direction? I don't think that's the right direction, personally. I think the mission I'm on is a better direction. I think the idea, or, even crazier, do I let this go? And they would pay me a chunk of money for this thing, and I just buy the Ram 2500 and be like, you know what? There you go. End of the day. But damn, I waited so long to get this truck. And it took me over a year, like a year and a half, to finally finagle a deal on an F250 Platinum package. I think I'd be foolish. This is such a nice truck. So I just really do like it. I really like what I have right now. In all sincereness, I'm just a wild man. It's always wanting to buy something just to buy something. Yeah, if that isn't apparent, here's just lying through your... Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Look at this here. So I got my company going back in 1996. I used to come down to this gas station and get my fuel, get my breath disc, do the whole 9 yards. I just kind of evolved out of that, but I need diesel because I'll do a 150-mile day today. And right now I've got 150 miles, 149 miles to empty. But who's this thing here? It's this guy here. Who's ever in here is doing their thing, and I'm doing mine. Hey, the fuel price isn't too bad, actually. All right. Well, now it's a timeout. I'm just sitting here waiting for everybody to get out of the way to get their goodies and fuel, which, yeah, that's a project. So anyways, drive F250. Like I said earlier, I tell you what, if this deal goes down, even I'll be amazed. And I know anybody watching my YouTube channel, but this would probably be like, but why? But why? It's that mega cab truck that's not a dime a dozen. I just showed you on the internet a 50-mile radius. What did we see? 3, out of like 50 vehicles, maybe 3 mega cabs. So it's just a really cool setup. And it just gives me options down the road. If I say, you know what? I just don't want the debt, and I want to shed some other trucks that I've got debt on them, I can. And that truck there, the debt isn't radical, so it would be like, yeah, okay, just play smart and start, saving up for the what if. Yeah, if anybody doesn't think that the what if is happening, you're kidding yourself. You're kidding yourself. I'm going to tell you right now, things are changing, and I talk about this off and on throughout my videos, but yeah, you better, as far as you can do right now, prepare for the worst. If you're a really savvy individual, yeah, don't look at me. You just prepare for the worst. Sincerely. You just say to yourself, it's not going to be good. All right, so here is $91 of fuel, $4.69. Yeah, 19 gallons, so that'll take me about 220 miles for $100. Wow, right? A little bit more in here. All right, talking about fuel and energy, and so here's my trailer towing, 11.3. So let's reset that. Let's do a comparison of gas to diesel today. How about that idea in our Ram Day conversations? You frickin' trader. You're wearing a Ram hat driving a Ford truck. What's next, huh? I mean, gee whiz. So yeah, so my Raptor truck, I am averaging 18 miles a gallon. To me, that's not bad. And what's pretty cool about that truck is that thing shows like 500 and close to 600 miles when I fill it up to the brim. Now this fuel mileage is off, but it's showing 353 miles. So which gets better mileage, the Raptor or this? And I think most people, that F-250 truck's a lot of trucks, so probably a Raptor. Yeah, I think that the Raptor is going to be 18 miles a gallon. This is going to be maybe 14 miles a gallon, 15 maybe. I'm not real sure because I just haven't worked out of this truck a lot. So, you know, going back to the gas station back there, there's $100 in fuel. Yeah, you're probably saying, I bet you wish you had your electric truck now. Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, there's no doubt that the electric truck, that's definitely nice. Yeah, it does. If you charge at your house, yes, you're saving money, but at the same time, you know, if you're just really trying to compare having a truck to a truck, ICE versus EV, to me, the ICE age is still the more affordable vehicle with the more expensive fuel. Yeah, I get it. You buy a $90,000 Ford Tremor, you buy a $90,000 electric vehicle F-150, but this is where you have to step back and say, what can you do with that F-150 truck when it comes to serious towing and going places? It doesn't work. So that instantly loses the argument. I mean, it's like, oh, you're gonna tow a car hauler 10,000 pounds from here to Tennessee or to Florida? Yeah, how'd that all play out? And we've already run the numbers over the road. The numbers are no different. The diesel can win. The diesel wins over the road on the more efficient vehicle. Yes. So it's only local. Only local does the EV vehicle really win when you're plugging into your house. So, you know, but once again, yeah, I get it. I'm sure somebody like, damn. Yeah, and that's for me. I live on the road. I do 150 mile. This will be 150 mile plus day today. So I get it. But at the end of the day, what does this thing average on fuel economy versus my Raptor truck? And the other thing is, too, these are fun vehicles. There's a fun factor. I mean, so for me, you know, they're driving the Ford Raptor truck versus the Ford F-150 Lightning truck. I mean, it's night and day. It's night and day. That F-150 Lightning truck, don't get me wrong, it's a nice vehicle, but at the same time, it's not the Raptor truck. I mean, you know, you're not going to get that. You don't get that fun factor out of that F-150 Lightning. So now here I'm on the tour. Got a guy I live these back roads. And you get behind a guy like this that's going to putt. He's going to putt. This is not going to be a good thing. So if I don't get by this guy right now, it's not going to be good. He'll go putt down the road. But anyways, so trucks. These diesel trucks, these things just haul ass. Oh my goodness, the things that I create upon myself, right? You remember following my YouTube channel, be like, yeah, you know, who created all this stuff? Duh, I know who did. But that's my fun factor in my life. That's my outlet. You know, that's just always been my outlet in life is, you know, chasing cars, chasing car deals. I have friends and people I know that chase other things that are a much more expensive habit. Yes. So, you know, I kind of learned very young, yeah, that isn't who I am anyways, if you get what I'm saying on that one, you know, no thank you. Drama, who wants all the drama? So yeah, so the goal here today is we're going to ride around that F-250, I'm going to work out of it, and my gut instinct is it's 9:30, I think by 10:30, 11 o'clock, I think I'm going to get a phone call. And so I'd be curious here, who watches my video, who would say right now, without knowing the end result, that the deal goes down, yes, or the deal does not go down. I wonder if anybody would weigh in and say, you know, before you showed that truck in your driveway, or before you showed the video of you driving back home in your Tremor, I knew how it'd play out. I just had a gut feeling that your adventure in this one wouldn't play out because of all the things you explained to us about the finances. You know, and that's the thing. It's all about the finances. The Indian dealer, you know, but at the same time, what's crazy is I am such the wheeler dealer guy trying to buy things that something else will play out. That's the danger. That is the danger. You know, I'll go back to the dealership and they'll convince me to buy the F-250 Tremor Godzilla truck. Yeah. And give up the F-450 dually. I don't know, man. I don't know. But it's, to me, it's like, don't have two F-250 Tremor trucks for why? For what? I just can't see that. I mean, I can't really get excited about that just because, number one, it's just having two of the same borderline. And then the other thing is, it's just too much money. They want premium price. When does that all change? When does the car craziness change? Wow, if only this was true. 21 miles a gallon, I can't see it. You know, the good old days, like those Ram trucks back in the 90s, I would get 20, 22, 23 miles a gallon. Now they're so smogged down, you can't get that. But, yeah, that would be pretty cool if this truck got 22 miles a gallon. But here's the challenge. You know, here's the problem. Even if this truck got 20 miles a gallon, and my Raptor truck gets 18, well, yeah, but it's still gonna win. So when I'm talking, I got the new look with the glasses. So what I'm talking about here is the price. So regular NOLA gas is like at least $1 cheaper than diesel. Now the premium gas is gonna be more like probably 70, 80 cents a gallon cheaper. So there's your challenge. Once you have a vehicle that gets better mileage on the economy, but it's a different fuel, so that's where it doesn't win. I mean, that's why the diesel is more than ever expensive to drive, because the fuel is too expensive. It's just crazy on diesel fuel. You know, the most used product for productivity, meaning trucking and, you know, railroad, and the list goes on and on and on, of diesel fuel that's used to move things, but yet it's the most expensive energy. You know, yeah, well, I guess it's all about supply and demand, which, yeah, right. Well, here we go again. So it's all you do is you blast around one guy to get by another guy, and this guy here in front of us has this trailer that's all screwed up because it doesn't even, I don't even know what's going on. I mean, this is kind of goofy. Oh, the change of season is upon us. Look at the crops. That'll be for the cattle feed. All the dried up corn. Trees are starting to show a little bit of a hint of the leaves starting to kind of change a little bit. Kind of a cool day here. 70 degrees. It's been real humid up here, and here I'm still wearing my Crocs. How long do I wear the Crocs? Am I wearing them in the snow? I just love the Crocs. You know, I've worn the shoes and sneakers and the outdoors boots, and the list goes on and on and on for so many years, and it just smothers your feet. I like how you get the availability of the Crocs to let your feet breathe like the good old days, right? Whenever you walked around in sandals thousands of years ago, right? Till that cold day wasn't too exciting, right? Yeah, so this is all the rural. I take the rural back roads to stay off the Beltway. It's just a pain in the butt. Plus, Greenway, toll road, toll road fees are through the roof. I mean, you can spend 10, 20 bucks in a day up here driving around in tolls. You know, that adds up. If you're a business, you know, and you're riding up and down the road 5-6 days a week, you're putting $10 tolls, $20 tolls. Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden, you got a $300 a month toll bill. It's just toll. It's not including all your fuel. Yeah, it ain't cheap to get around. It's all about the energy factor. All these old graves, I tell you now. It's just interesting. You drive around these rural areas and rural country roads, and they just have graves just, basically in front of somebody's house. Good old days. Or was it the good old days, right? Oh, here we go. Oh, you said Coons, thinking, up here comes the phone call. But it was Coons Sterling Ford, where I'm owed a ton of money on all these warranties and add-ons. See, that's something that when I buy vehicles, to support the dealer, I buy the add-ons. We buy all the add-ons. But here's the good news. Since I flip cars so much, I get the money back, which is pretty cool. So I get nice fat checks. Some guys think that that's my strategy and how I round up all my deposit monies all the time for buying cars and trucks. Yeah, I mean, no lie. Between that Mach 1 and that Ford F-150 Super Snake truck, conservative number, I'm going to get $8,000 out of those two vehicles for all the add-ons. Because these guys just bury tire and wheel, warranty, service contracts, gap, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that all of a sudden turns into $5,000 more to the price of the vehicle. And so then for me, when I sell the vehicles, they have to prorate that money back. So yeah, I'll be getting like $8,000 in monies from those two vehicles. That was factored into the payoffs on those vehicles when I sold them. It's a good bad thing, for me, since I flip cars all the time, it kind of works out. If I was to own a vehicle a long time, I don't know, it's a lot of money. And if you don't use those things, you spend a lot of money for nothing. So but what I've done also is, if I've kept the vehicle for 2-3 years, I just cancel the contract and they just apply it towards the balance of the loan and pay it off, pay it down. So I've done that as well, because you get to a threshold in those revenues, or I should say those monies, and they're prorated, and then you lose the value of all that stuff you bought. So, if you have a 5-year extended warranty and you wait to the 4th year to cancel it, you're not going to get much back. If you cancel it the first year or second year, you're going to probably get like 70%, 80% of the money back. So that's what that's how I kind of handle that. So that wasn't the Coons finance guy, my buddy, calling me. That was the Coons give me money person. One thing that's really nice about these Platinum Series trucks is you can see right here. See this here? The seat right now is massaging me, and I tell you what, that is such a nice feature. That's one thing that drove me to the vehicle, was the fact that the capability on my legs, which is cicadia, I don't pronounce it properly, I know that. So it's where your leg has that like cramp in your lower, like underneath your leg. Anyways, the way you sit, the posture of your body being in a car all the time, your leg truly just like cramps up all the time. And I bought the Ford truck because it has a massaging seat, since I live behind the wheel of a car every day. If you live behind the wheel of a car every day, it's huge on the wear and tear in your body. Especially, I talked about this years ago, especially the smaller trucks, because in the big trucks, you have like what's called a captain's chair, where you're sit up correctly and your legs and everything. If you look down below, my legs, I'll show you. Look down, I'm actually sitting upright, like I'm sitting in a regular chair at the table or whatever. But in these smaller trucks, there's not enough room in the cab, so they position the seat where your butt is literally sitting like on the floorboard of the truck. You don't have much area to raise your legs up. And so then you're literally, the support in the truck is more about on your tailbone and your butt. Yeah, this is a fact. Anybody out riding around in a Toyota Tacoma, Nissan Frontier, a small pickup truck, typically, and even cars, even the same thing at cars. If you can't get your legs propped up in the air, it's your whole lower body that's taking the pounding. And in a long road trip, you'll notice in a small car, that your body's driven a long road trip. On a big truck or a big SUV, your body posture is a different, it's much more supportive through your legs, helping you sit up correctly. And I learned that years ago. So unbeknownst to a lot of people, they ride around their car all day and they're sore. Their body hurts them. It's because you're riding around a vehicle that the seating's not correct. And so anyways, that's what drove me to the Ford product as well. A lot of things drove me to the Ford product back in 2017 for my Ram, product line. I just really liked the new look of the Ford truck. They redesigned it, and they had an incredible leasing program for commercial business, which it was a really great deal. It had the adaptive cruise control and has massaging seats. So it just had a lot of features that I was like, wow, I really like this. And it was just a change up because I was riding around Ram trucks. I'm not embellishing here, from 1993 on, 93 to 2017. For the most part, all I owned was Dodge Ram trucks. That's all I drove around in all the time. And yeah, I had a Ford F350 back in 2000 for a while. And I had a Ford F250 Harley-Davidson edition 2006 for a while. And so anyways, the whole point is, I converted over Ford for some reasons. And I know a lot of my Ram buddies and Mopar buddies are like, oh my God, Ford, why would you go to Ford? Well, it's just for the reasons I said. But yet here I am, wanting to get back into a Ram truck again just because, the Ram truck's a great truck. I've never spoken badly about Ram, because it's a great truck. And what kind of gets me about people is how they take sides. That the Ram's so much better than everything else. It's not. I mean, sure, Ram has its pluses, it has its minuses. Ram's a great truck. I mean, I think Ford's a great truck. But then you hear the people go, oh, but the Fords fall apart and blah. Well, what everybody forgets is I can guarantee you there's 10 times more Fords in the market than there are Rams, maybe 20 more times. So it's a higher percentage of failures because it's such a higher percentage of difference in the footprint of which is the most dominant product in the marketplace. It's not Ram, it's Ford. So it's going to be the higher stories of issues. That's just the way it is, like the Mustangs. People go, oh, Mustangs are junk, da, da, da. Yeah, there's so many more Mustangs in the market than a Dodge Challenger. I mean, come on. So it's a numbers game. So it's just totally, to me, misinformation. The people are like, oh, that's junk. Every brand has junk. I can tell you that. Every brand has challenges. So anyways, just a little information there about really, the nice features of these trucks that make your driving capabilities, more enjoyable and gives you more driving time without beating you up. All right, so we're on a toll road. In Maryland, seems to be a little more diplomatic. This toll road here is maybe like $2 to go, quite a distance. But down on Virginia side, a similar toll road, it's like $7.50. Yeah, it's like ridiculous. Virginia side Maryland side did a better job of taking the land and making a road versus Virginia. They paid a family too much money. Now look here. So the way these tolls work here is it reads your responder right here. So back in the day, if you're on a motorcycle, you could cut in between that and it wouldn't know that you're on the road. They had to redesign that whole footprint of that toll reader. It was classic. You could ride a motorcycle down this road and you could literally drive between those little toll readers, and there was no weight thing to pick up that there was any weight on the road. So they had to, eventually the Department of Motor Vehicles of Maryland figured that out, that people riding motorcycles were going in between the fine lines of that reader, and there was no pressure plate on the road. So they had to dig it all up and put a pressure plate all the way across the road. Initially, they only put pressure plates just proportional to like the road, the vehicle. So basically, if you took your motorcycle and rode in that white line right there through that area, it wouldn't identify you. It wouldn't know you existed. So you could ride this road for free. Yeah, ask me how I know, right? All right, the midday update, is it? So, I'll tell you, I've got a busy day. I'm just trying to make things all work. But so remember me saying 50-50? I think we're at the 50-50 right now. And so kind of what I get to thinking is, you know what? I'm going to run up to dealer. I'm going to get the oil changed. Well, I'm hanging around. Let's see what the answer is. And that way, it's not a waste of a trip, because right now I'm like in between. Do I go north or do I go south? So I'm going to go north, and they're going to squeeze me in a nice first service change in the truck. In the meantime, I'll be hanging out. We'll be mulling things over, and I'll buy something different. Yeah, that's how it'll play out. Something else will show up today in the used car inventory. Like, oh, no, wait a second. I have to have that one. Yeah, forget the other deals. Forget it. Yeah, trying this F-250 Tremor, it's dangerous. It is so damn nice. Oh, that reminds me. Let's see what the fuel mileage is here on the truck. So we're at 17.9. Not bad. I've had a lot of idling time too. So 18 miles a gallon. I mean, damn. And the mileage has gone up since I filled up. It wasn't like 356 because the computer's recalculating. Look at 18 miles a gallon. Wow, that's impressive. That Ram 2500 yesterday was showing 14.5 miles per gallon. So, yeah, that's a yikes. That's a yikes moment. Like, good Lord. How crazy am I, right? Who the hell knows? But if anything, I'll get the truck serviced, hang out, shuck and jive with the guys, and if it's meant to be, it may be. And even I have reservations. Even I'm like, is it really worth it? I'd rather get rid of vehicles. But here's the problem. I have such nice vehicles right now. I don't want to get rid of them. That's my challenge. I mean, I really don't. That's the problem. The addictions. I'm telling you, I should start a Caraholics Addiction Anonymous. I'm telling you. I bet you the classes would be booked up every night. The auto industry would go after me. I'd be shot. I'd be tracked down and shot if I started having classes on don't buy another car. The sales guys at dealerships would be sitting out in the parking lot, target practice on me, right? Yeah, I can tell you what, if the average male, I could say female too, or a guy like me, ever would just say, no, I'm not buying any more cars, I guarantee you, I would say conservative 10%. I'd be willing to venture maybe 25% of the car sales are people like me. That, but I've heard the stories. I've been out and about at car dealerships. I've heard so many stories of people that buy a car, they keep it for 6 months, and they turn it in and buy another one. I'm not lying. I hear the stories. Now, yeah, you're not hearing about the guy buying 15 in 1 year. Unless it's a contractor or HVAC guy, but a guy like me, I mean, come on. Who do you know? Somebody reach out. I mean, tell me. I don't mind being put in my place. Hey, dude, I got a buddy of mine. He's bought 30 freaking new cars this year. Big whip-de-doo-dah. But here's the danger. So if I did this deal, is this, I haven't even counted the Harleys, or did I count the Harleys? Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm lost. I'd have to start counting again. I know for a fact we're at 15 vehicles. Those two Harleys may put us at 17. The freaking Ram truck would put us at 18 vehicles. 18 vehicles in basically 9 months. That's two vehicles a month. I'm crazy. Yeah, I know. But where's the YouTube shit? What's the content if I don't buy anything anymore? I mean, right? Wait a second. You mean your whole video channel, you gotta go buy cars to make videos? Yeah, well, hate to break the bad news, but I was doing this a long time ago before YouTube came along, or I did it. Oh my gosh. Alright, so anyway, stay tuned for the more truck adventures. And it's crazy. A week ago, Thursday, you were watching a video of me packing the truck and trailer up to go to Tennessee. It's just crazy how fast time goes by. And we were heading to Tennessee in pursuit of an Indian Pursuit. And how'd that all play out? That's what I'm saying. The danger is, I go up to this dealership now, we start kind of mulling around. So here's the thing. Ford Motor Credit, I know, is hemming and hawing on this, but here's the danger. So I get Ford Motor Credit, start thinking about it, but then I switch it to a Ford vehicle, and then bing bada boom bada, bing bada boom or whatever, it's done, because now Ford's like, yeah, we'll take that deal, but the Ram product, all right, follow along on the Ram adventures. Yeah, look at me. When I go in the dealership, who's like, hey man, you got a Ram hat on? Yeah, sure do. All right, here we are, and it sounds like high hopes. My sales guy's like, dude, this deal's going down. There's my, I should buy that back, right? Why don't you just buy this back? I mean, come on. Uh-oh, here we go, F-150 Lightning. Let's buy one of those again, right? Look at this here. I mean, I just tell you, I think that truck just looks so good. You know what I mean? I like it. I don't like that rear tonneau cover thing coming apart. All right, let's check it out. Let's see the trouble I'm going to get myself in today. Right? Yep, that's a pretty Lightning. But, yeah, how much you want for that, right? Yeah, Lightning or Ram truck. Yeah, we know that answer. Or do we? All right, so she opened up. Boy, it's clean. I mean, this truck is so clean. Now here, see a little bit of orange peel right here. Oh, the truck's locked. These tires are those. Hankook tire tread's pretty good actually. What's going on here? It's all like bent up. Guess you get some Velcro or something there, but anyways, I mean, it's just such a good looking truck. I mean, come on. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, look. That or that over there. I mean, so this is basically close to half the price of that. Dude, that's a good looking truck. That antimatter, geez, right. But no, I think this is the idea right here. Oh, they cleaned it up too. Yeah, cleaned it up. See, I think it has spacers. I mean, does this have a lift on it? I don't know. Oh, I tell you what, man. A lot of orange peel. I only hope this thing didn't get crashed. And they really cleaned it up. So these guys yesterday, they cleaned this thing up. For sure. I think that's the right decision, personally. This here, this F450, my kid would go nuts over this. So he just bought this truck?
No, he got another truck. He's picking up that.
So look at this here, man. This is badass. Wow. Is this my old truck?
No.
The only thing I hear about doing this is you do a lot of towing, but he doesn't have the tires spread. Ooh, I don't know. Let me put my hand in there. No, he's fine. If these tires aren't spread out really far, then you get that problem of the heat. It'll blow his tires out towing. That's badass, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why don't I have one of these? Why haven't you found one of these for me?
I got a couple of STXs coming in. You want one?
What, like that?
Yeah, you can just. It's STX is 450s, but then you can just.
Yeah, I
check
get
it
you.
out.
I get you.
Check it out for you.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Let's check out. So they cleaned it all up.
Yeah.
Man, I swear this thing's never been in an accident, or has it?
No.
You know for a fact.
We get a Carfax.
I know. All right.
Yeah, pop the hood. Make sure they get the job.
Okay. Definitely cleaner than yesterday.
Oh yeah, they did the job.
Huh?
Much better.
Oh yeah. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you really got on them. I mean, Derek here at Kuhn's Baltimore Ford said, hey, the Ice Age guy's buying this. You better get her in good shape.
Yep.
I wonder if they painted down here, though. See, I would have painted this.
Paint that.
That's what I'm going to do.
It's a project.
You know what I mean?
To get some lights in there. You think you could put some lights in it?
I don't know.
You got the back. You got enough room down here, Gary.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'll put some lights in there.
Yeah, man, they did a good job cleaning it up. Wow, look at that. That's nice. That's real nice.
Definitely put some lights on there.
Yeah, that's good.
The lights,
Interesting when the light had its day, didn't it?
probably well,
But it's pretty amazing how this thing just has like no dings in it. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. I mean, wow. So cool. Yeah, I was trying to show yesterday people, look, so this folds down into like a bed.
Don's got it
I'm
going on.
sorry.
Don's got it going on with this.
I've slept in these. When I towed my boat and my car haulers to Florida.
If 450, if they could do this to a 450,
Yeah, they should.
oh my gosh.
It's the mega cab. That's what's so cool with these
You
mega
can
cabs.
sleep.
I've slept in my trucks when I've traveled.
Jeez. Look at
You
that.
know? Yeah, it's nice.
Curl up and go to sleep.
Yes, I've done it with my handgun next to me
Yeah.
at the gas station or truck shop or
Right.
your truck stop. So, wow, that's really nice. I mean, just the truck is in great. I mean,
We could just.
it's too bad the truck didn't have 40,000 miles on it.
Right.
You know what I
I
mean?
think you got 40, but it's flat out. It's highway. You have it on the highway.
Yeah.
Hey, look, you even did this. That's actually to do with that.
But do you think you need a lift kit on it?
No, I don't think it's a lift kit. I don't think so. I don't see it. I see a. No, it's just normal. The springs look normal from the factory. I don't see it. I could be wrong. We missing something. It looks like it's normal height. I think the tires did a little bit something to it. Those
Right.
37s, right?
I don't know. Let's look.
37?
I'd say 35.
35?
Maybe 37. Where's the shot? Let's see. I got it down here. 230, 325. Oh, yeah. That's a 37.
37s, yeah.
Yep. Wow, that's impressive.
All right.
Very impressive. Look at the interior. This thing is just so new. I mean, the interior for an 8-year-old truck, I mean, it's just incredible. This interior.
So
I mean, it's-
right in. I told him he like, you know, he's waiting for it.
Wonder if this is got some guy's freaking stain.
A smear?
No, actually, it's okay. All right, so all the buttons work. Let's make sure. See that? Look. So what you want to do? You get to buy a used car. You better make sure the seat works. That'll be a lot of money.
Yeah, it doesn't go down and up. Like I said yesterday, they go back and forth.
It doesn't go up and down. You sure?
I'm sure the big horn probably goes up and down. Anyway, you're gonna have to get some.
It's here. This has a CD player built into the console. That's crazy.
That's pretty good.
Something we didn't do is we didn't test the 4-wheel drive on this thing.
You wanna do it now?
Probably wise, because this is one of those things where somebody buys this and never thinks of that. Even whoever bought it didn't think of that.
Yeah.
And then they're like, uh-oh. You know what I mean? I think it's a good idea. These things, a beast to get into, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus
Can you
Christ.
imagine lift it?
Oh my gosh.
You got
All right.
37 tires and we gotta climb in them.
All right. So this is what I'm thinking. Let's put it in 4-wheel drive lock. What's that all about? 4-wheel drive lock. Okay, it's in. So let's listen to it. Oh, I can feel it.
Yes.
Yeah, I felt it right
Already.
there. Yeah. Let's see here. Man, your light's getting.
Huh?
Your lot. All right, let's put it in reverse.
Yeah, it's getting kind of.
Challenging for you sales guys. All right, anybody drives 4-wheel drive truck, you know you got to put it back in 2-wheel drive, otherwise it's gonna be really tough to drive. And this steering wheel is just so heavy in this truck, but it actually feels a little better than yesterday. what that was about. Yeah, this thing just really... You know, if you didn't know the mileage, you honestly wouldn't know this thing has 83,000 miles. You'd just think it has like 30, 40,000 miles. That's the real deal.
Right.
Wowsker, we got the deal. As far as, I haven't seen the numbers yet, but we got the deal approved. And wow, this is just a beautiful truck. I mean, whoever owned this truck, they really did go out of their way to take care of it. I mean, I don't know, man. Did they I don't know, what did they do? Did they repaint it? I mean, is this truck had a new paint job put on it? I don't know, man. I just can't believe that. You kind of look at the door jambs and everything. But yeah, man, wow, this is just crazy. Windows already tinted out. You know, you just kind of look in the crevices, the truck and all. You don't see any. You just don't see any, like, you know. I mean, I may be down the bottom here, maybe. Maybe they touched it up because a lot of chipping. I can see that. Now I think I'll put mud flaps on this thing. Wow. Oh my gosh, here we go. It doesn't end. Follow me along. Oh boy, here we are. It's another deal. It's gone down in the Ram 2500. Oh my goodness gracious. Can you believe it? Can I believe I just pulled this deal off? I mean, come on. Yeah, anybody watching my channel's like, Jesus Christ, it just doesn't end. It doesn't end, man. So here it is. We rode her up and taking her home. Oh my goodness. The Ram conversations, right? Was the Ram half the ticket? Yikes, somebody got run over, right? Yeah, run that guy out of there. Get him out of there before he buys something else. Yep, so here she is. Got to get my picture with her, right? It's just a great truck. I mean, come on. This is just so nice. I mean, oh my gosh. Beautiful. You know, like I told you, I came from Ram. That's my heritage. Look at my F-150 Super Snake. Yeah, so I think you're right. We're thinking, let's put a light bar.
Light bar right there.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yep. You're not blocking nothing.
Right, right.
But you still get the air here and down here, so you're fine.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point to make. Yeah. Okay, so here's an F-250. I mean, that's just, I love my Tremor truck. I mean, so if you look here, you get the Ram against the, I mean, for a 8-year model year truck, that Ram still looks really good. Yeah, I can stay. It's not locked up. You're good. All right. Adios. I'm leaving. I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
And if I get here by noon, you said I can get another key made?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is where the truth shall prevail in this truck, because this is a crappy, lousy, one of the worst roads I've ride around in this DC area. It's just a bad road. So this truck right here having 83,000 miles on it, you know, she's not rattling. She's not like out of control. I mean, so that was kind of a test of this truck right here. You know what I get to thinking? This will go down, I believe, in the highest mileage vehicle I've ever owned, besides my 71 CUDA. So for me, I'm pretty confident that this would be my first vehicle with 83,000 miles. I mean, how crazy am I, right? I just bought a truck. It wasn't cheap. Yeah, you start trying to negotiate, it doesn't go anywhere. You know, that's where it is, the used car market. So yeah, I paid more than I wanted, but at the same time, it gave me a good interest rate on the deal, and I got a really good deal considering the financing and being this is a 7-year, it's really an 8-year, it's an 8 model year vehicle, because the 2023 vehicles are now showing up here in the next month or two. So technically this is now an 8-year-old vehicle. And so it's insane to think that a bank with 83,000 miles on a vehicle would buy the amount of money they wanted for this truck. It's incredible. beyond believable. You know, this truck was $63,500. They wanted 50 grand, and oh boy, they let me have it for $49,500. I mean, here's the thing. In the market, I think this thing's worth $44,000, $45,000. At that dealership there, yeah, they got to make their money. I get all that, and for me, I'm not going to be able to find financing. That's what people understand is, I'm not going to. There's no way banks are not going to buy my deals. You know, I have way too many vehicles, way too many things out there where they're like, no, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. That's why the Indian deal didn't go down. Like, no. You have way too many toys, but nothing to do with it. It's all about relationships. So, yeah. So you say, well, you should go and find your own money. Yeah, besides me spending cash. Yeah, I spent a ton of cash last week. It's over. I mean, no way, man. No way. That Hellcat deal, for that Carvana deal to go down, I had to put down a ton of money. That was not a cheap purchase. The motorcycles, had to put money down those, so I might even tell you how much money I've spent in the last week. And then I had to put money down on this. Let's put it this way. I probably just spent the money that the average person makes in a whole year. You know? Yeah. Crazy. So, but the good news is I got value to what I own, and if I have to sell it, I'll get money out of it, and that's the good news. But at the same time, you know, it's the story of go to the car dealership and yeah, they're going to claim they only make a few $100s off the vehicle. It's like, yeah, you're wasting your time. You've got to come to closure. Do you feel the vehicle is the value of what you're buying? I mean, that's the real deal. Is, you know, is this vehicle worth what you think it's worth? And for me, I think it's worth $45,000. I don't think it's worth $50,000. But at the same time, we did look on the internet this morning together at the used prices, and in all sincereness, it was in that range, in the $40,000 to $50,000 range. So it's not really that far out of the realm. But here's what's crazy: is think about this. Since 2015, I'd be curious for somebody to build a Dodge, or I should say a Ram 2500 Laramie mega cab setup, Cummins engine, and what's the price? What's the MSRP on it? My guess is it's probably about $78,000 to $80,000. So for the heck of it, we'll just say it's $80,000. And I'm not talking about if the dealer rebates it. I don't know. I'm not really following the Ram product on new. I don't know if dealerships are giving these things away. I don't think they are. I don't know why they would, when Ford and Chevy aren't giving their vehicles away. So why would you? I mean, the only reason Rams give them away is because you're in dire straits of making sales and people aren't buying your product. I don't think that's the case, personally. I can't see it. But anyway, so think about this. $63,000 truck in 2015. Let's just say this truck is $80,000. All right? So 30% of 60 is 18 grand. So the increase in price in this truck, conservative, is 30%. I mean, 30% increase in price. I would say it's probably 35% increase. It's just incredible. You know, you're talking 8 years, you know, 8 model years later, but here's the thing, the saying is that inflation is a 3% factor per year. Well, 8 times 3 is 24%. So if it's a 30% increase, it's not radical, but it's just a point that it's hard for me to believe that this truck was only $63,000 in 2015. In today's world of buying trucks anymore, you'd have to think this truck was at least 70, 75 grand. So yeah, so the good news is I got the deal done. I'm now out in the open, roads, driving this thing like I usually do. And, a little bit of vibration, a little bit. It's a big truck, a lot of tire. It's an older truck. So, but at the same time, it's by no means radical. I mean, in all sincereness, I've had these feelings of this type of truck and a newer truck just because of the big tires and wheels. That makes a huge difference on your ride. That's why having big tires and wheels in your truck looks cool. How does it drive? Usually not so great. So, that's why borderline's like, if you're living on these trucks in the highways like I did on the roads, this is what I'm living on every day of my life. Why do you want this big ass lifted truck You know, I know my kid will, but for me, it's already lifted to the hilt in my eyes. Jesus Christ, getting in and out of this thing is a freaking, you know, athletic experience. Right. But anyways, believe it? Can you believe it? So what's this? What number is this? I mean, if I start going through the index card, I'd have to say we're at 18 between the trailer. If we take the trailer purchase, 2 trailer purchases out and a lawnmower, I'd say we're at 15 vehicle purchases. I think that I'm right. I mean, oh my gosh. That's just incredible. So now, you know, what would be interesting in this truck is what's the mileage on this truck? It's a 6-cylinder, inline 6. I got to look at the specs. You know, I got to think to myself, 2015, I think these Cummins motors were putting out like 800 foot-pounds of torque. You had to get the high output special setup transmission to get like the 900, I think. That's what I had. My last greatest Ram was a Ram 3500 dually, or is it the Ram? I had a Ram 2500 white one with the Ram box, and I don't know. I think they had the high output setup in it. I think. I know my dually did, but I'm just thinking. In back in 2015 or 16, I'm pretty sure the Ram was at like the 800 range with foot-pounds of torque. You know, it's insane now that, you know, Ford and GM and even, you know, Ram are at 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, because now kind of get into this thing, you know, this thing definitely has good power. But yeah, crazy. My oldest vehicle. I mean, you know, if I had any brains, that's how I'm a finance guy. If I had any brains, I'd sell about everything I have right now, just cash out. So I could cash out. I could cash out like all my cars, and I could get a good amount of money, and just hoard that money and wait for next year, where I think the deals are coming. I'm telling you, next year the deals are coming, man. It's happening. I'm sorry. Maybe out there like, yeah, you're just negative stuff, man. No, I'm a realist. I can see how do people continue to afford all this expensive stuff. I mean, look at me. I know people say you're a hypocrite. You're the guy that's saying don't buy stuff, but you go out and buy it. Yeah, I know. I hear you. But I do have options. I mean, for me, I'm strategizing things where if I have to sell things, I can sell them. And I'm just not there yet. I really want to sell them. I don't know. Plus, I really believe the Hellcat Red Eye is going to get incredible value next year when people find out you can't get many Red Eyes. I really believe the GT500 is going to get incredible value when people realize you can't buy a new GT500 anymore. You know, I really think the trucks, the diesels, are going to continue to hold value. So I really think that we're just in very unique times. And even if things kind of went south, the rich people are always going to have money. The rich people always have money. They just control it a little differently and spend it differently. But, you know, unfortunately, it's the middle to lower class that are going to get hurt. It's not the upper class and the rich. Yeah, okay, big deal. They lost some money. Yeah, whoop-de-doo-dah. So anyways, here we are on the Truck Adventures second day. Never thinking yesterday that I'd be driving home in a Ram truck again. Never thinking I'd be in a Ram truck. But you know what's incredible? I've had so much success in my career in a Ram truck. I'm not lying. I've always thought about that too. Is my Ram trucks is where my true beginnings began back in the early 90s when I got going on my own. And all I owned was Ram trucks. And that's what I lived in. I lived in these Ram trucks every day. And my first Ram truck, diesel, was a Ram 2500 truck. If I remember right. No, it may have been the Ram 3500. I can't remember. I think it was actually the Ram 3500. Because I had a Ram 1500 that I bought in 1993, 94 model. Red one, sport package. Loved that truck. 318 motor in it. Extended cab. Worked the heck out of that truck. And then I picked up a Ram 3500 white dually, two-wheel drive, not four-wheel drive. I only wanted the two-wheel drive. And I lived out of that vehicle big time. I had a bunch of those. And then I bought a Ram 2500 in, I believe, the summer of 97, I believe. Maybe 98. And these diesel engines used to be so loud. Back in the 90s, these diesel engines were so freaking loud. It was ridiculous. I mean, you borderline went deaf. So, I got my temperature. I got my temperature a little high up. Let's turn it down a little bit. And I can see how this all works. Oh, it's so interesting. You hit the AC button, auto button. So, I guess it's automatic auto. Oh, one thing I did do, I bought an extended warranty. So they'll only go 48,000 miles for 4 years. It wasn't cheap, but for me, no way. It's 83,000 miles, and yeah, to me, it's well worth the extra money to pay on this truck. If this transmission detonates tomorrow morning, or the motor, or whatever, you know as well as I do, it's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So here's the thing, for me, I do buy extended warranties, and I can't emphasize enough that you know as well as I do. For me, I paid $49.5 for the truck. And all of a sudden, the training drops out of it, and that's a $5,000 bill. Well, now I'm at $54.5. Okay, that was smart. And then a rear axle blows out, or a front axle, or the four-wheel drive blows out, and that's $3-4 grand. Okay, you're up to $60 grand. All of a sudden, it's like, you dumbass, you freaking bought this truck. You're into this truck now for $60 grand. Because it's a used truck. How stupid can you be? So no way I bought that extended warranty. So we just factored 12,000 miles a year, but that's what max will do. They will not go beyond 48,000 miles. So these guys that sell these extended warranties, they're no idiots. They're in business because they know they're not going to give you a 100,000 mile warranty at 83,000 miles, because they know at 183,000 miles, a lot more odds something's going to happen. All right, so now you're on the open highway. This is a road you just haul. So something I didn't check is the cruise control. So yeah, here's your cruise. Okay, so what's gonna be really interesting is the fuel mileage. Let's go back. I think I have adaptive cruise. I gotta remember all that. I'm here catch up these guys that are putting along. But let's go to the fuel and see if I can get what was that? Sure, no. Okay, so let's see what we can get in the fuel mileage. Okay, so let's hit the OK. When do we do that? Do we hold down that button to reset it? Yeah, I did. I was right. I remember these things just from having these trucks. So now we're at 20.5 miles a gallon. Here's truck humming. So is that, what is that? And that's the whole point is, for this truck here, all the mechanical things are covered. If I got bearing issues, whatever. So right now, that's interesting. Is that the tires? Is that, is that the train? The freight train? What is it? So it's solid. I mean, trucks definitely, like I say, you would never know it's 83,000 miles. Yeah, does it feel like a used truck? Yeah, it does. But radical? No, it doesn't. So I'm going to walk up to this guy. Oh, my goodness gracious. So what do we do to it, right? So that'd be the first thing. What do we do to it? I definitely like to get some mud flaps up. Here's the kid. Want to hear? Hello? Say what? Yeah. I'm heading home right now in the new Ram 2500. Yeah. I'm going across Route 70, and considering she's got 83,000 miles on her, she's pretty stable and pretty nice. Well, as I get the F-250 service, and we'll have to go back tomorrow and pick it up.
Wait.
Tomorrow we're gonna have to go get the truck, because that's the only way I could get home is I had to swap out trucks to take this home. Then tomorrow we'll go back and pick it up.
Oh, so you didn't break it?
Oh no.
I was wondering what makes you come to with that.
Yeah, no, I know. When I did that, I figured you'd be thinking I traded the F-250 Tremor for it. No, I'm not doing that.
Okay. What time are you going to call?
It'll probably be at 4 o'clock.
Well, I don't have to for the horse until 4:30.
Okay, you'll see me. Well,
Can I drive the horse?
no, I don't want to do that yet. Not yet. This is a lot of truck, and I just don't know if I want to expose you to this yet. This is a lot of truck.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I don't want that. We're not there yet. You're gonna have to kind of get on the open road. You'll be down back roads, so we'll just evaluate on that. But we got downside right now is we got to flip around cars. You got to go pick up the Mach-E. We got to take the F450 down, the frickin' Sterling Ford. I mean, we have so much just driving around chasing vehicles. It's kind of a total bummer, really. It's a lot of time.
I have to go to the horse tree.
Oh, I know that. That's what I'm saying, dude, is that for me, you know, I've got to get the Ford F450 down to the dealership. I got to pick up the Mach-E, so I'll probably have to do that tonight. And then, you know, tomorrow, you and I got to drive all the way back here to Baltimore, and it's just a lot going on, is what I'm trying to say to you.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, I know you'll get a chance to drive this, but I'm just not really ready for you to take it today.
That's fine. I was just asking.
No, I know, I get it. I mean, you're excited about it. We'll evaluate. When we get home, we'll look at it. I mean, this is a big truck. So, I mean, once you get home, we'll kind of look at it and see what you think. We'll evaluate from that point, okay?
Okay.
I mean, you know, if you really feel like, the only downside is the truck's super clean right now. If you take it to the horse, it's going to be trashed.
I don't want to get it dirty.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. If you take it to the horse, it's going to be totally dusted over and dirty.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll evaluate when I get home. All right, and so I need you to open the gate for me when I get home.
Okay, I'm on the way back from the gym right now.
Okay, cool. Well, then I'll see you here about 4 o'clock, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so there's the kid. See there? I mean, the truck. The kid's as bad as me. It's all about the truck. All about the truck. I'm telling you right now that at the end of the day, is it a truck or a car? And I'll just tell you straight up, for me, it's a truck. You know, if I have to make choices what I keep and don't keep, it's always going to be the truck. It's always going to be a truck. Cars are cool, but no way. So, anyways, all right, the truck adventures. What do I talk about? What else do I have to explain to you besides, I'm sure you watch my channel, it's like, Jesus Christ, this guy is not embellishing that he is a crazy man. And yeah, this guy says he's bought over 200 cars in his lifetime. Yeah, I believe this guy. I mean, I'm now like, yeah, this guy isn't full of a bunch of BS. Yeah. So, but anyways, we'll touch base here as I continue to drive in. I'll give you another overall feel of the truck as we get further in, as I'm sitting on the side of the road, as it's broken down. And, you know, that's the thing about an older truck like this, you know, what goes wrong? Radiator hose, radiator goes bad, transmission. I mean, so many things at 83,000 miles, you know as well as I do. It's just mechanical. It's mechanical. Eventually it just wears out. Isn't it that it's not a good truck? It just, things wear out. So, you know, so yeah, let's not hope that that's the next video. So far, really driving really straight. Fuel mileage is 19.9, 20 miles a gallon. Now, that F250 Tremor, I would think it was like 18 miles a gallon. That's pretty damn respectable. Wonder if this thing can do. That'd be pretty cool if this thing could be that same range. You know, the interior of this truck is like brand new. I mean, if you were just got inside this truck, you would not believe this truck was built in September of 2014. Yes, this truck was built in September of 2014. This truck is 8 years old. And the paint, I'm just blown away that how good a condition this truck is in. I mean, whoever owned it, 2 different owners. I mean, they definitely took care of it. Look at this. 22. If I'm not really getting into this thing, that's pretty damn impressive. Yeah, so for Ram, mean, Rams, I talk about this all the time. I really think the Ram's a better tow vehicle, personally. At the end of the day, the Ram truck, I think, is the best towing vehicle you can buy. And you're talking to guys that have some nice Ford trucks. So, yeah, you know, what's the point, right? Why would I talk about that? Just share my own experiences. I'm only trying to resonate to other people watch my channel that are thinking about buying things. I can only hope that my information helps you, you know, that, hey, you know, I'm going to buy this or that. But you know what? I remember watching that guy in Ice HTV, and he has these different vehicles, and he tells it the way it is. He's not getting paid by somebody to talk a certain way, which sadly, more than ever in our world, you know, people get paid to talk a certain way. Yeah, it's bad. All right, so let's kind of get into it. So these 6-cylinder turbos, I mean, she gets on down the road, man. I mean, just, and you know what? This has a 342 rear end, I think it is. So this is a low, which I'm glad, because I do so much highway driving. I'm glad it doesn't have like a 410 gear in it. 410's engine's just way revved up too much, and your fuel economy just goes out the window. I just noticed my camera is so, look at that. See what a difference in my filming? My camera had smudges all over it. Wonder how that happened. So hopefully now you're getting a little better view here. A little bit more clear lens. Yeah, if you got a little foggy back there, there's a reason. Another thing, the dealer's like, hey, we're getting ready to strip the window tint. Do you want the window tint? I'm like, yeah, don't strip the window tint. So apparently in Maryland, when they sell a car, if it's going to be a Maryland resident, they have to strip the tint. But since this isn't going to be registered in Maryland, I'm not a Maryland resident, they left the tint on. But had I not gotten on this truck as fast as I did, they able to strip the window tint, and then I'd be down at LA Tint having to get this thing, you know, tinted. So that's kind of a nice, you know, is I have a $500 value. Did I get it for 49 grand then? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I hear ya. All right, so I wonder how what's the kid thinking once I bring it home, right? So I'll get a video of seeing how the kid looks at the truck and what she thinks. Tell you what, these cooled seats are really nice. And that's something you got to think about too. You buy these older vehicles, you know, my concern is the windshield wiper motor, the window motors, the rear window motor, the heated seat, the cooled seat, the cruise control, the 4-wheel drive, electronic, you know, engagement. You know, you can go through the list of all the electronic things that can potentially go wrong in this vehicle. You know, and that's why I think when you buy a used vehicle, this type of miles on it, you don't buy an extended warranty, I think you're a fool, because all it takes is one major failure and you could have 10 grand project. Yep, here it is, just as always. You know, it's not even that late. It's just DC area where everybody's heading home. So already the traffic is all goofed up. What's so weird now is you buy these trucks anymore and you don't get navigation. You have to hook up your Apple Play, which this isn't going to have that. This is 2015 technology. It's not going to be Apple Play. So it'll be all me having to mount my phone somewhere in the truck if I want to look at Waze. And but the whole point is, you know, what I'm resonating back to you is that the navigation in new cars anymore, they don't include that, because they just assume you're going to use your phone and you're going to map it through your phone. And that's what they do. Like my dad's Hyundai cars that he's bought, each one of them does not have, you know, they don't have navigation built in. They take that away, and a lot of the new cars are that way. They just automatically figure you have the plug and play Apple Play or Droid Play or whatever, and you're going to utilize your mapping through your phone. Just another, you know, cut. One thing I'd like to do, would be pretty cool, is get up underneath this truck and spray paint all the axles and all the sway bars on it, and just clean it really up, give it a really clean look. I think that because they really did a good job If you saw yesterday's video to today's video, they really did do a good job going over this truck and cleaning it up and giving it a fresh new look. The oil, oh yeah, you know what? We'll have to do the oil change. I'll have my daughter change oil. How about that idea? Let's do an oil change video with the kid. The oil, I mean, it just blows me away. You know, in fact, where is the engine oil life in this? Let's see here. I don't understand that. Let's see here. So, nope. I'll have to be stopped to figure out where that is. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, here we go. Idle. So look at this. Oops, nope, that wasn't it. God dang it. All right, so there we go. Here is the engine oil life. It's actually 92%. But these diesels, the oil over time just gets so dirty, and if you don't stay on top of it, the oil looks dirty even though it's not. Meaning it just gets colored because of all the dirty oil over the years. I've experienced that with other. I'll change the oil religiously, and I notice how it kind of just stays dark. Because this oil is pretty dark. I don't know. Part of me, it's just because did somebody cut corners and just put the reset button just to make it look like they changed the oil? For me, I'm going to change the oil. And for me, I'll probably check out the transfer case and the rear axle, front axle. I'll definitely change all those fluids out. I'll check on the transmission. All I'll do is take it to my Dodge dealership, Ram dealership that I deal with, and I'll have them do a research to see if they can see if the service intervals were met. And if they weren't, then I'm going to just go ahead and do it. I think it's the money well worth spent. Even though sometimes I think just don't screw with it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. It ain't broke. Don't fix it. Leave it alone. We'll see. Traffic. Traffic, traffic. These people are going to Hagerstown, Maryland, which is like another 20, 25 miles from here. And it's all like this bumper to bumper traffic. This truck just sounds so good. If you know the Cummins motor, you get it. Just, you know, incredible. Incredible where we are in today's society with the value of things. Because it's just the supply chain and everything else.
Wow.
Try to get in it.
This is nice. This is really nice.
Does the interior look that old?
No.
Did you ever guess there's 80,000 miles on it?
Wow. Wow.
Here, start it up.
Oh, okay.
You can hear the engine inside.
I love it. Wow. Oh my goodness.
The windows are already tinted. They were going to take them off. Well, because if Maryland, if somebody buys it in Maryland, they have to take it off. Feel how heavy the steering wheel is. This is the first vehicle I've ever owned with 83,000 miles on it. Think about that.
This is so cool. I love this.
Oh, here's the brake. I forgot about this. You can raise and lower the foot pedals. Feel it?
Yes.
See, the back has a mega cab in the back. You can sleep back there. You can fold it down. It's like a bed. That's why I bought it. Look how clean it is. This truck's 8 years old. It was built in September of 2014. I just can't get over how clean it is. Well, tomorrow you'll probably be driving it back from Baltimore. Huh? Yeah. So now do we sell the F450? Yeah, Shane, answer that question.
What?
Now do we sell the F450? Yeah. I knew it. Yeah. Yep. Need to fix the tiny cover, which I don't know. It seems like that kind of went down a little bit more. Probably took tape, taped it down for a while. There she is. Pretty incredible. Hard to believe. All right, so you think it was a good idea to get it?
Yeah, I really like it.
Well, everybody, I think I'm going to call it a wrap on the YouTube truck adventures. Another story that you've been with me the whole time, to a degree, and just pretty incredible I pulled this off. What's incredible is how I'm doing is buying used cars. I buy the used 4Runner, I buy the used GT Mustang, I buy the used F450, I buy the used
I want this.
the used 2500, buy the used Hellcat Challenger. It's crazy. Yeah, I think the guy repainted it. I just have a hard time believing this is 8-year-old paint. You know what I mean? I'd swear a guy.
Funny. You're also the guy that always is like, if you take care of your paint, you'll see it in years.
Yeah, right. All right, everybody. I got to go freaking now. I got to drive that F450. What's going on or not? But F450 wouldn't turn off the other day. That's a fiasco. That truck would not turn off. I had to pull the fuse.
Are you sure these are factory tires? Like,
No, not tires. The wheels are.
but they put bigger tires.
The guy put 37s on it.
Yeah, it looks big.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so anyway, so now I got to drive the F450 down to the dealership and then the Mach-E is down there because the windshield had to have a redo.
This is so cool.
What's the odds of me finding this?
How did you find it?
I just went by the dealership to give him the F-150 Super Snake case. So think about this. Had Omi given the guy the right key to the Super Snake, this wouldn't be here. Because I never would have gone by Coons Baltimore Ford to give him that key for the F-150 Super Snake.
When are you going to the dealer?
Which one?
To drop off the F450.
Oh, now I got to go down. I'm probably going now. Always tomorrow. Tomorrow's too much driving around.
Do you want me to go with you?
Well, you got horseback riding.
I know, I was just asking.
No, you go see the horse. You're fine.
I was just checking.
Yeah, you're good. Anyway, too much talking. You can probably hear my voice. Just losing my voice. Just talk. So, everybody, appreciate you watching my YouTube channel, Ice Age TV Adventures. It's always an adventure. I think if anybody watches, they can probably say, yeah, man, that guy's always got something going on. Or do I? Right? Or am I just clickbait? Am I the clickbait guy? So, once again, thanks everybody watching. Hit subscribe. Share my channel with your friends. And let them see how crazy I am. Which I am. Hey, have a great evening and God bless. What are you talking about? I've always been a Ram guy.
I like the Rams, the older ones.
She's begging to drive it.
No, I'm not doing that.
Well, you're saying you'd like to go drive it. And she's always wanted a Ram.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't like the new ones, though.
Right.
I like the older.
Right. So she's saying, Dad, can I drive it?
I didn't say that.
Okay, what'd you say?
I said I don't want to drive it tonight, but I want to drive it when you get tired of it.
Okay. All right. Well, you have to drive it tomorrow.
Yeah, I want to.
When we go get the F-250.
I want to.
Okay.